Hey Bears fans, full panic in the Windy City as rumors are flying around Allen Robinson. Has he requested a trade? Has he not? We're going to explore that in just a few moments. But first, I want to ask you guys this question. Should the Bears extend Allen Robinson? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I'm about to type Y 50 times because I think this is a no-brainer. I'll explain why coming up right now. As always, I'm your host, Harrison Graham, here on Chicago Bears Now. I'll give my reasons why the Bears need to extend Allen Robinson here in just a bit. But first, let's give you the latest. A-Rob is clearly frustrated with contract negotiations and reportedly requested, quote, a possible trade. That coming from Brad Biggs locally in Chicago. Now, his agent has denied that a trade has been requested from Robinson's side of things to the Chicago Bears, but he's clearly frustrated, and he's deleted all of his Chicago Bears-related stuff off of his social media platforms. Let's just take a look at his Twitter bio. Just a few days ago, this is what it looked like. It had him in the Super A-Rob, Twitter header up top there. I highlighted of the Chicago Bears there, Pro Bowl wide receiver of the Chicago Bears. Now, just in the last 24, 36 hours, this is what his Twitter bio looks like now. Allen Robinson, Pro Bowl wide receiver, Detroit versus everybody. Now, not to get confused, he's from Detroit. That doesn't mean he wants to go to the Lions or anything like that. That was in his initial bio as well, but he took out of the Chicago Bears. That is significant. He's sent out cryptic tweets over the last week or so, I would say, and this is something to monitor over the next couple of days. Before we continue with this story, if you support Allen Robinson, if you want the Bears to keep him, get his jersey at chatsports.com/Bears jerseys. We got Allen Robinson jerseys available in several different colors. Of course, you can pick another player as well. And if you're worried like, well, I don't want to get a Robinson jersey because he might get traded, you can get trade insurance. What does that mean? If he gets traded to another team, our partner Fanatics, they're going to reimburse you, or you can get a new jersey. So that is all covered. Tons of Bears jerseys available, but support AR and get that Allen Robinson jersey right now at chatsports.com/Bears jerseys. That link will be in the comments and in the description. Now, I mentioned Robinson's agent, Brandon Parker, has denied that they have requested a trade. Here's this from Schefter yesterday. Brandon Parker, agent for Bears wide receiver Allen Robinson, said he and his client have not requested a trade. However, Robinson, who is in the last year of his contract, is unhappy that Chicago has been unwilling to pay him market value for wide receivers. And on top of all that, what are you seeing now? You're seeing Bears players come to the defense of Allen Robinson. Anthony Miller, extend A-Rob. Tariq Cohen, hashtag extend AR. Cordero Patterson went as far as adding the Bears official Twitter account. Extend. Like, these Bears players know how valuable Allen Robinson is, and so do I, and that's why I want to get it trending both in the comments section and on social media. Type right now on this video, hashtag extend AR, and if you have Twitter, if you have Facebook, get it trending on Twitter as well. Extend AR. Let's get this going. Let's try and get Allen Robinson extended. Now, I fully expect the Bears are working behind the scenes, but I think this is a good message to send. Extend AR. Go ahead and flood the comments. And it's a no-brainer, right? Because he is a true number one receiver. Look at what he did last year with the worst passing attack in the NFL. That's not me hating on Mitch Trubisky and Chase Daniel. That's just a statistical fact. The Bears had the worst passing attack in the league last season. And if you look at the depth chart, it's not like, while there's some young talent here, Anthony Miller seems to have taken another step. You've got guys like Darnell Mooney and Javon Wims and Riley Ridley. There's not a true number one on this roster, at least not at this point. Maybe one of those guys turns into that, but I think we take guys like Allen Robinson for granted in the NFL. This is not a player that grows on trees. This is one of the 10 best players at what he does. Truly. And he might be top 5 if he was with an elite offense. He is that good. He made some incredible catches in week 1 and all of last season. So I want to ask you guys this question, and I'll make this the pinned comment on today's video. What should the Bears do with A-Rob? Type E for extend him, type T for trade him. Scroll on down to the pinned comment section. You can answer right there, E for extend him or T for trade him. And while you're replying to that pinned comment, hit that subscribe button as well. What do we do here at Chicago Bears Now? We cover the latest trending topics like Allen Robinson trade rumors. We cover the latest news. We do weekly mailbags. Use hashtag Bears in the comments. I'll answer your questions on a video later this week. We do it all here on Chicago Bears Now. Game day coverage also. Hit that big red sub button and subscribe today. Now, my take is simple. Extend this man. Get a deal done. This is a guy who is in his prime at just 27 years old. He is a true number one receiver. Good luck replacing him if you're Ryan Pace and you decide to trade him. And speaking of Pace, this is a pivotal moment for him as the Bears general manager. He's made some questionable decisions in the past. This is a no-brainer in my opinion. If you trade Allen Robinson, you might as well commit to a rebuild, which means you might as well get a new general manager. You might as well go in a totally new direction because if you trade Robinson, you're not going to make the playoffs, I don't think. Like, I just don't see a way this Bears offense does enough without him. Now, you look at the highest paid receivers. Why is Robinson really upset now? Why is he getting frustrated? Well, a guy like Keenan Allen, he's in the same realm of, just got extended right before the season. Cooper Kupp just got $16 million per year on a new extension. He is leaps and bounds better than Cooper Kupp. Like, yeah, the Bears realize this is going to cost a lot of money, but again, what other option do you have? You want to commit to a rebuild? Okay, like, if that's the decision you're coming to, fine, but this is a pivotal year for a lot of reasons. What do you have in Mitch Trubisky? You're trying to find that out. If you trade Robinson, doesn't help the cause. Matt Nagy, is he the head coach of the future? Trade Robinson, doesn't help his cause. Ryan Pace, you're the general manager. You're on the hot seat. How is that? What is that going to sell to the fan base if you trade Allen Robinson, especially after winning in week 1? This is not the way to go here. I think this would be a disastrous decision if they were to trade him. So pick a side. Which side are you on? The Bears side is, they're remaining patient. They don't want to get a deal done right now. Robinson's side is, hey, I want a contract. And by the way, it's not like he's holding out. He's still playing. Yeah, he's frustrated. He's deleting stuff on Twitter, but he still played in week 1. I expect him to play in week 2. I am absolutely on Allen Robinson's side, and that is why I am typing AR. But if you're on the Bears side, you can type CHI in the comments section. And we saw in week 1 why he's worthy of a new contract. 5 grabs, 74 yards. Not a massive day, but had a couple of big catches, opened things up for guys like Anthony Miller to take advantage of one-on-one coverage. That's what people don't get. The raw stats don't tell the full story of number one receivers and their impact. It's, can he draw double teams and get other guys chances? He does that on a weekly basis. It's up to Trubisky and these other players to get to make big plays across the field. This is simple, guys. You got to get this figured out if you're the Bears. They messed around this offseason. They didn't get a deal done. They focused on other things, which is fine. There was a lot of things to focus on, and Robinson was cool. He stayed quiet throughout the whole process, but now he's seeing guys like Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp get new deals. He wants to get paid. He deserves to get paid because he is a true number one receiver. Now, before we sign off, I want to remind you guys of these jerseys that we have, including Allen Robinson ones, chatsports.com/Bears jerseys. Tons of different jerseys available. Go get one. If you support AR, get his jersey. Again, that link is in the comments and in the description.